Hi, David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. I have the privilege of talking to a lot of our colleagues in dentistry and business week after week. And I enjoy those calls a lot because we have a lot in common. I started out just like everybody else, coming out of school and hitting the ground running and wanting to take my trade, my license, my skill set, my new skill set, which wasn't very much at the time, but of course, hitting the road to start making some money and start building a lifestyle, right? Moving out of the apartment and getting a house and maybe upgrading the car at some point, starting a family. These are the things we are exhilarated to do. We get down the road and we're working harder. We're getting better at what we do. We're making more money. We are, quote, more successful. That's what we all want to be in life. But at some point, and it happens sooner or later for everybody, at some point you realize this treadmill or hamster wheel of working hard, while it's a good attribute, you need to work hard in life, but working smarter is better than working harder. Yet we're not taught that in life in school. We're just taught to work harder, be more efficient, more proficient. There's an end to that because it won't take you to where you want to go. And what we really want in life, what I knew I wanted in life more than anything, especially when my daughter was so sick in the hospital and recovering from that life-saving transplant, was I needed time. See, all the money I could make in my practice and all the real estate I had stacked up at that point, working really hard. I worked really hard to do that, to do both things. What I wanted to do is I needed to convert that into time. And so I did. I made that decision. I took the equity I had in the practice and I took the equity and the cash flow I already had in real estate and I put it together and continued to use that passive cash flow to give me the time off that I really, really wanted in life. Now, I was relatively young at that point. A lot of people said, well, David, how could you do that? How could you give up, being a dentist because that's what you train to do and that's where your skill sets are. That's where you make the most money. I wasn't about making money anymore. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I like to make money. I think it's good to make money. I still make money today, but I do it a totally different way. Really, my greatest amount of insurance comes from the assets that I acquired starting way back when I was in my 20s and built that. And the compound effect allowed me to do that. Now, how did I do that? I'll tell you one key thing is I focused. I focused on a specific game plan and a specific asset class that I learned a lot about outside of dentistry. Dentistry is the business. That's the active income. Real estate was the passive investment side. I worked hard on both. That's what I call plan A, plan B. Plan B meant that the compound effect of me building these assets, starting out very slowly at first, but 15 years down the road and not doing it all the best way I could do it today, I'm a lot smarter today, right? Is it gave me that freedom to say, you know what? I don't have to keep churning on the treadmill as hard and as fast. It allowed me to have the time I wanted with my daughter. Warren Buffett does not play all kinds of different markets. He's not into crypto or NFTs. He focuses on specific types of businesses. Yeah, he's not a trader. He's an investor. He focuses on businesses. He has criteria. He's played the long game. Oh, people say, well, he missed this or missed that. He doesn't care. The problem is too many people create too much complexity, jumping after bright, shiny objects. Oh, this is going to do it for me. Oh, they'll run over here and do this. I'll buy products that will supposedly get me to where I want to go. When there's no plan, there's no focus, there's no clarity, there is no end game. And that's the problem that most hardworking, high-income earners have. It's what I call the curse of high income. You make a lot of money, but you don't learn how to replace it. That's what we do in Freedom Founders. That's what I did in my own life. I'm the product of the product, and we have many more products of the Freedom Founders product, meaning the process we take people through in Freedom Founders is not just buying products. It's a process that enables them to take charge of their future, their financial future, which means also their charge of their time element, getting off the treadmill, taking a breath, enjoying life, making memories now, not having regrets later. It's all about your freedom. You need to focus on it. Take charge of it now. Don't delay, because the longer you delay, the less opportunity you'll have to make those memories. I'll see you next time.